Your self-storage Google ads are optimizing for clicks and not move-ins because Google essentially has no idea who's actually moving into your facility. What we find is about 80% of most ad budgets are completely wasted just by letting Google guess what is actually going to work. So we just released a tool that fixes this exact issue. Because right now, Google will think every phone call that your ads drive is a win. But in reality, half of those calls are going to be existing tenants asking for gate codes or looking to pay their bill, and a complete waste of money. If you don't correct Google, their algorithm will actually go out and find more of those low value callers because it thinks that's what you want. Google is just optimizing for call volume rather than call quality. So our solution essentially sets up a database that we can automatically connect your Google Ads data to your facility management software. This allows us to automatically verify which callers and users that have clicked on your Google Ads that actually converted into a move-in. We're able to either match the Google Click ID, which is a unique identifier that Google gives for all ad clicks. We're able to match that to an actual lease in your FMS, or we can match the phone number of the ad callers to a caller's phone number on your lease, essentially verifying phone calls in real time on which ones moved into your facility. So this is important for a couple of reasons. One, it allows you to actually calculate and report on your true ROI because now you're able to track online rentals and call rentals, where previously most people were only automatically able to track online rentals. There's very few storage operators that are automatically tracking call rentals. So we're able to give a true picture of ROI from the Google Ads campaign so you know where to double down and where you need to adjust. But even more important than that, we're able to feed that verified move-in data back to Google and allow Google to optimize for callers that are actually moving in with intent, not just spam calls or existing customers, which is what happens. And one of the big reasons your Google Ads probably haven't worked is Google is just optimizing for these raw numbers. But when you actually feed it the real move-in data and as much of that as possible, you're essentially training Google's algorithm to find you more people like that. And Google's algorithm is very sophisticated if you give it the right data. Giving it the right data is probably the number one issue that we see in most Google Ads campaigns. The tracking is just not set up properly. So in our tool, essentially what we're doing is we're using Google BigQuery, which is a Google product, which you'll see here, match Google Click IDs to actual leases. And we're able to verify the move-in, pull in some information like the first month revenue, and a few more things. But really where the extra value is the callers. We're able to match the contact phone number with various call tracking tools. We could use Google's native call tracking here, where we can match these phone numbers to leases to verify how many of these callers moved in. Because right now, if you look at this data for all these callers, we're essentially telling Google all these callers are equally, if we're not actually telling Google which ones moved in. So we're able to do that automatically by matching phone numbers and automatically verifying, and more importantly, feeding it back to Google as an offline conversion. And now Google will start optimizing for online rentals and also callers that are moving in. And over time, the longer you feed this data back to Google, the better and better your ad campaigns are going to get. So this is one of the biggest unlocks we found in actually making Google Ads profitable for self-storage operators. And it's one of the main things people skip. We see a lot of accounts that aren't even tracking online rentals, but most of the sophisticated operators are tracking online rentals at the very least, but still very few are really feeding this caller data back to Google. So if you're interested in learning how we set this up, this is a brand new solution we've created that right now we can work with Cubby, Storage, SiteLink, and we're working on adding Tenants and a few other FMSs to our integrations over the next month or two. So if you're using any of those facility management softwares, just send me a DM and I can show you exactly how we can set this up for you and how it's going to help your Google Ads team essentially improve performance dramatically over the next few months. So send me a message and I'll send over the details.